Follow the yellow brick road. Here we go. Down. Ready. Ready. Shot. Right. Right. Hold up. Hold up. Ready. Shot. Right. Good job, Johnny. Wait. Shot. Right. Now we're playing. Ready. Shot. Right.
Small team again, and just dealing with injuries and the way you guys got to go about trying to stay as healthy as possible.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, we're a little lighter in numbers than we were last year, and you're always mindful of the fact that you're more vulnerable at some positions than others to injury because you may be not quite as deep at certain positions. I mean, what we try and do, to tell you the truth, though, in the first 14 practices, which is essentially what we do for 2 days, you really do have to identify the folks that are going to be your big hitters on Friday night, the people that are going to actually be able to compete at the varsity level on a Friday night within the numbers that you got. So, I mean, we don't really modify to a certain extent unless we have, sort of a waterfall of injuries, which we really haven't had this year, but we've had some, what I would call just sort of some nagging injuries that are kind of pulling some key kids out right now. That is kind of forcing us to modify to a certain extent what we're doing, but really we're still testing them pretty good.
What did you see from the team in that first scrimmage? I know you were talking earlier that, some good signs out there, but what specifically did you see from the team?
Look, I mean, we came out of the gates faster than we've come out of the gates in a scrimmage in a very, very long time. But having said that, it's a scrimmage, right? So it's not, I mean, and I've emphasized that to the kids, where it is certainly competition against another team. It's clearly not at the same tempo and level that you'll get a Friday night game to be. But having said that, I mean, we were very happy with how we looked at that point after having a full week at 2 days. We were very happy with how we looked at that point. I mean, came out relatively healthy. I mean, we did have one injury to a pretty key player that we're working through right now. But we anticipate that he's going to be back, first of all, for the start of the season. And secondly, it's a position that we'll be able to compensate until he does return. But I tell you, I can't say enough about how hard the kids have worked, number one, in 2 days. Number two, how far they've come from day one to the last day. And three, how much they're looking forward to the regular season.